and Hymn in Honour of Beauty, by Edmund Spenser. Whither, love, wilt thou now carry me? What wontlesse fury dost thou now inspire into my feeble breast, too full of thee? Whylest seeking to aslake thy raging fire, thou in me kindlest much more great desyre, and up aloft above my strength doth raise the wondrous matter of my fire to praise. That as I earst in praise of thine own name, so now in honour of thy mother dear an honourable hymn I eke should frame, and, with the brightness of her beauty cleare, the ravisht hearts of gazefull men might reare to admiration of that heavenly light, from whence proceeds such soule-enchanting might. Therto do thou, great Goddess, Queene of Beauty, Mother of love and of all world's delight, without whose soverayne grace and kindly duty nothing on earth seems fair to fleshly sight, do thou vouchsafe with thy love-kindling light t'illuminate my dim and dulled ane, and beautify this sacred hymn of thine, that both to thee, to whom I mean it most, and eke to her whose fair immortal beam hath darted fire into my feeble ghost, that now it wasted is with woes extreme, it may so please, that she at length will stream some deare of grace into my withered heart, after long sorrow and consuming smart. What time this world's great workmaster did cast to make all things such as we now behold, it seems that he before his eyes had plast a goodly pattern, to whose perfect mould he fashioned them as comely as he could, that now so fair and seemly they appear as naught may be amended any where. That wondrous pattern, wheresoe'er it be, whether in earth laid up in secret store, or else in heaven, that no man may it see with sinful eyes, for fear it do defloor, is perfect beauty, which all men adore, whose face and feature doth so much excel all mortal sense, that none the same may tell thereof as every earthly thing partakes or more or less, by influence divine, so it more fair accordingly it makes, and the gross matter of this earthly mind which closet it thereafter doth refine, doing away the dross which dims the light of that fair beam which therein is empite empite, placed. For, through infusion of celestial powery, the duller earth it quickeneth with delight, and life full spirits privily doth powery through all the parts, that to the looker's sight they seem to please, that is thy soverayne might, O Cyprian Queen, which, flowing from the beam of thy bright star, thou into them doest stream. That is the thing which giveth pleasant grace to all things fair, that kindleth lively fire, light of thy lamp, which, shining in the face, thence to the soul darts amorous desyre, and robs the hearts of those which it admire, therewith. Thou pointest thy son's pointed arrow, that wounds the life and wastes the inmost marrow. How vainly then do idle wits invent that beauty is naught else but mixture made of colours fair, and goodly temperament of pure complexions, that shall quickly fade and pass away, like to a summer's shade, or that it is but comely composition of parts well measured, with meet disposition, hath white and red in it such wondrous powery, that it can pierce through ties unto the heart, and therein stir such rage and restless store as naught but death can stint his dolours smart? Or can proportion of the outward part move such affection in the inward mind, that it can rob both sense and reason? Blind? Store, commotion? Why do not then the blossoms of the field, which are arrayed with much more orient hue, and to the sense most dainty odours yield, work like impression in the looker's view? Or why do not fair pictures like powery show, in which oft times we nature see of art excelled, in perfect limning every part? But, believe me there is more than so, that works such wonders in the minds of men, I, that have often proved, too well it know, and whoso list the like essays to ken shall find by trial, and confess it then, that beauty is not, as fond men misdeem, an outward show of things that only seemy. For that same goodly hue of white and red with which the cheeks are sprinkled, shall decay, and those sweet rosy leaves, so fairly spread upon the lips, shall fade and fall away to that they were, even to corrupted clay. That golden wire, those sparkling stars so bright, shall turn to dust, and lose their goodly light. But that fair lamp, from whose celestial ray that light proceeds which kindleth lovers' fire, shall never be extinguished nor decay, but, when the vital spirits do aspire, unto her native planet shall retire. For it is heavenly born, and cannot die, being a parcelle of the purest ski. For when the soul, the which derived was, at first, out of that great immortal sprite, by whom all live to love, whilome did paw down from the top of purest heaven's height to be embodied here, it then took light and lively spirits from that fairest star which lights the world forth from his fyre, which powery retaining still, or more or less, when she in fleshly seed is eft *in rayse ***, through every part she doth the same impress, according as the heavens have her graced, and frames her house, in which she will be placed, fit for herself, adorning it with spoil of to heavenly riches which she robbed deare while, *eft, afterwards, *in rayse, implanted. Thereof it comes that these fair souls which have the most resemblance of that heavenly light frame to themselves most beautiful and brave their fleshly bower, most fit for their delight, and the gross matter by a soverayne might temper so trim, that it may well be seen a palace fit for such a virgin queen. So every spirit, as it is most pure, and hath in it the more of heavenly light, so it the fairer Beauty doth procure to habit in, and it more fairly dight with cheerful grace and amiable sight, for of the soul the Beauty form doth take, for soul is form, and doth the Beauty make, dight, adorn. Therefore, wherever that thou doest behold a comely corpse, with beauty fair endued, know this for certain, that the same doth hold a beauteous soul with fair conditions the wed ***, fit to receive the seed of virtue strewed, for all that fair is by nature good, that is a sign to know the gentle blood, corpse, body, i.e. endowed with fair qualities. Yet oft it falleth that many a gentle mind dwells in deformed tabernacle drowned, either by chance, against the course of kynd*, or through unaptness in the substance found, which it assumed of some stubborn grownt, that will not yield unto her form's direction, but is deformed with some foul imperfection, kynd, nature. And oft it falleth, the more to rue, that goodly beauty, albe heavenly born, is foul abuisty, and that celestial hue, which doth the world with her delight adorn, made but the bait of sin, and sinners' scorn, whilst every one doth seek and so to have it, but every one doth seek but to deprave it. Yet nathmore is that fair beauty's blame, but theirs that do abuse it unto ill, nothing so good, but that through guilty shame may be corrupt, and wrested unto will. Natheless the soul is fair, and beauteous still, however flesh's fault it filthy make, for things immortal no corruption take, corrupted. But ye, fair dames, the world's dear ornaments, and lively images of heaven's light, let not your beams with such disparagements be dimmed, and your bright glory darkened quite, but mindful still of your first country's sight, do still preserve your first informed grace, whose shadow yet shines in your beauteous face. Loath that foul blot, that hellish fear-brand, disloyal lust, fair beauty's foulest blame, that base affections, which your earres would bland, commend to you by love's abused name, but is indeed the bond-slave of defame, which will the garland of your glory mar, and quench the light of your bright shining star. Blandish. But gentle love, that loyal is and true, will more illumine your resplendent ray, and add more brightness to your goodly hue from light of his pure fire, which, by like way kindled of yours, your likeness doth display, like as to mirrors, by opposd reflection, do both express the face's first impression. Therefore, to make your beauty more appear, it you behoves to love, and forth to lay that heavenly riches which in you ye bear, that men the more admire their fontaine may, for else what booteth that celestial ray, if it in darkness be enshrined ever, that it of loving eyes be viewed never? But, in your choice of loves, this well advise, that lickest to yourselves ye them select, the which your form's first source may sympathize, and with like beauty's parts be inly decked. For if you loosely love without respect, it is not love, but a discordant whirre, whose unlike parts amongst themselves do err. 4. Love is a celestial harmony of likely hearts composed of stars constant, which join together in sweet sympathy, to work each other's IOY and true content, which they have harbored since their first descent out of their heavenly bowers, where they did see and know each other here beloved to be. Asterisk likely, similar. Asterisk composed of. Combined by. Then wrong it were that any other twain should in love's gentle band combined be, but those whom heaven did at first ordain, and made out of one mould the more to agree, for all that like the beauty which they see straight do not love. For love is not so light as straight to burn at first beholder's sight. But they which love, indeed look otherwise, with pure regard and spotless true intent, drawing out of the object of their eyes a more refined form, which they present unto their mind, void of all blemishment, which it reducing to her first perfection, beholdeth free from flesh's frail infection. And then conforming it unto the light which in itself it hath, remaining still, of that first sun, yet sparkling in his sight, thereof he fashions in his higher skill and heavenly beauty to his fancy's will, and it embracing in his mind entire, the mere hour of his own thought doth admire. Which seeing now so inly fair to be, as outward it appeareth to the eye, and with his spirit's proportion to agree, he thereon fixeth all his fantasy, and fully setteth his felicity, counting it fairer than it is indeed, and yet indeed her fairness doth exceed. For lovers' eyes more sharply sighted be than other men's, and in dear love's delight see more than any other eyes can see, through mutual receipt of beams bright, which carry privy message to the sprite, and to their eyes that in most fair display, as plain as light discovers dawning day. Therein they see, through amorous lances, annies of love still flying to and fro, which dart at them their little fiery lances, whom having wounded, back again they go, carrying compassion to their lovely foe, who, seeing her fair eyes so sharp effect, cures all their sorrows with one sweet aspect. In which how many wonders do they read to their conceit, that others never see. Now of her smiles, with which their souls they feed, like gods with nectar in their banquets free. Now of her looks, which like to cordials be, but when her words embassaud forth she sends, Lord, how sweet music that unto them lends. Embassaud, embassy. Sometimes upon her forehead they behold 1,000 graces masking in delight. Sometimes within her eyelids they unfold 10,000 sweet bilgards which to their sight do seem like twinkling stars in frosty night. But on her lips, like rosy buds in May, so many millions of chaste pleasures play. Bilgards, fair looks. All those, O Cytherea, and thousands more, thy handmaids be, which do on thee attend, to dict thy beauty with their dainty store, that may it more to mortal eyes commend, and make it more admired of foe and friend, that in mon's hearts thou mayest thy throne install. 265 And spread thy lovely kingdom over all. Then triumph, O great beauty's queen, advance the banner of thy conquest here, that all this world, the which thy vassals been, may draw to thee, and with due fealty adore the powery of thy great majesty, singing this hymn in honor of thy name, compiled by me, which thy poor liegeman am. In lieu whereof grant, O great soverayne, that she whose conquering beauty doth captive 275 my trembling heart in her eternal chain, one drop of grace at length will to me give, that I her bounden thrall by her may live, and this same life, which first fro me she reaved, may owe to her, of whom I it received. And you, fair Venus dearling, my dear, dread, fresh flower of grace, great goddess of my life, when your fair eyes these fearful lines shall read, deign to let fall one drop of dew relief, that may recure my heart's long pining grief, and show what wondrous powery your beauty hath, that can restore a damned wight from death.